See what they're firing at! Oh, stop. There's a more today.
The device looks like it's custodian and it's a wire going through each end.
I always feel apprehensive. I think if you're not apprehensive, there's something wrong.
The thing the Taliban will probably never get into their heads is the British Army don't give up.
Halfway across the world, a team of soldiers are living and breathing an experience that few can imagine. Their determination unrivaled, their bravery immense. They drive hundreds of miles fighting their way across Afghanistan's hostile desert terrain to deliver vital supplies to our frontline troops.
We're taking supplies such as water, a couple of vehicles down to Dwyer.
These are the Road Warriors. This week they smash through the brutal western desert.
Every time you go outside the wire, you're in a war zone, so...
Negotiate hidden bombs.
They've made a track. You see the blue silos to your right-hand side?
Okay.
And navigate through one of the world's most dangerous towns.
I don't like these boys that close to us.
This is no ordinary job. It's tough.
Keep going! Keep going!
Punishing.
The weather's absolutely horrendous.
And exhausting. But it's all in a day's work for the Road Warriors. And the supply run starts here, over 3,000 miles from home, in Camp Bastion, South Afghanistan. It's the day before departure and Private Jason J. Hughes is making final checks to his load.
I've got basically all the spare parts, all the lubes, all the oils. Everyone's running around like headless chickens at the moment. We're going out on the next stop.
The Road Warriors will be carrying essentials like water, rations and ammunition. They also need to deliver some large vehicles and machinery which can only be done using the heavy equipment transporters known as the HETs. And the man in charge is Staff Sergeant Ash Morby.
This is the only vehicle in theatre, the Het, that can transport this down. There's nothing else capable.
Having been in Afghanistan for 3 months, this is Ash's last operation before he flies home for 2 weeks' leave to see his family.
I'll be at home this time in 7 days to see my son and my wife, my son Owen and my wife Lorna. I'm really looking forward to see I've missed them loads, so.
And with 82 vehicles trucking over the most unforgiving terrain, it's going to be a demanding patrol for recovery mechanic Corporal Lewis Scouse Richardson.
When we're on operational tour, if you're under fire or you're in an area that is deemed to be unsafe, at the end of the day you have to improvise and adapt, and that's what basically we do in recovery. We always deliver the goods, basically.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and the Road Warriors are leaving Camp Bastion and heading to Forward Operating Base Dwyer to deliver vital supplies.
It's now 5:05 and we're just leaving Bastion. There's quite a few pitfalls possible on this patrol. Breakdowns is a guarantee, boggins are a guarantee.
And he's not the only one that's concerned.
It's going to be a long fucking drive. People are going to get bogged in. I'll probably end up telling someone. And who knows, maybe my load just might come loose.
There are no roads, only mile after mile of endless sand.
We're roughly on the ground now for about 10 minutes. So we're just about to go and do our first recovery. CLP commander's Mastiff's got himself bogged in. Play in reverse and accelerate at the same time, right? Come back. Fuzz, get straight. Come back.
With the first recovery done, It's time to rejoin this massive 6-mile convoy. And every time they step foot onto this wide expanse of open desert, they could be heading straight into the hands of the enemy.
The Taliban will probably notice that we're doing a lot more runs down here to Dwyer, so they might find us easy targets and start putting more IEDs along these routes.
Known as the sleeping enemy, IEDs, or improvised explosive devices, are the Taliban's favourite weapon.
There's every opportunity you're going to get killed. As long as you keep switched on all the time, I think you've got a good chance of not dying.
But the threat is always there. And the notorious soft sand isn't making it easy for Scouse and the recovery mechanics.
The nightmare started now. Basically all the vehicles are starting to go down. So once again we're in the thick of the action here.
Each recovery takes valuable time.
Basically we're going to tow this vehicle. We're going to tow it on a set of drawbars.
While Scouse is recovering the vehicle, the CLP, or Combat Logistic Patrol, is getting further and further away.
Come on! On there! Make sure it goes into neutral, mate. Neutral.
With the vehicles now on tow, it's vital Scouse catches up with the rest of the convoy.
By the look of it now, we're about a K behind, I think. H has got his foot down now, and he's trying to catch us back up with the rest of the CLP.
The patrol must stay together. Lone vehicles are an easy target for the Taliban.
Hopefully now we can just catch up to the convoy and start cracking on and get some serious miles down.
But in their rush to rejoin the convoy, they fail to spot an explosive in the sand.
Go on, go left, lad. There, your tracks from before.
And sticking to the tracks isn't always easy.
Oh, stop. Shit, fuck that. There's a fucking mortar there that hasn't gone off. Oh, jeez. Lad, go back. Go back, lad. Where, lad?
With the vehicles on tow, Scouse and his co-driver H were inches away from driving over an unexploded mortar.
Just as we were about to go over, we spotted an unexploded ordnance. So we basically just stopped, reversed, and then went round the right-hand side of the track.
The location of the mortar was reported to a specialist team who disposed of it.
A bit scary to think that you were that close to hitting it. But we'll just plod along and hope we don't see any more.
We're limited to where we can go on the Western Desert. Even though it's a vast area, we're drawn into certain areas because of the soft sand. So this has been transited for the past 4 or 5 years. You can see all the old CLP routes as you get out, and we try and avoid the tracks as much as we can. If the Taliban are going to plant anything, they'll plant an IED, preferably on a track that's been used before, on the hope that someone will use it again. So we avoid all used tracks and cut our own tracks through the desert.
At the front of the patrol, driver Jay spots potential trouble on the horizon.
Oh, mate, look at that sandstorm. Is that sandstorm coming this way?
About 20 metres in front here.
Jay's top cover, Sergeant Paul Kelly, has to literally keep him on track.
Stay going straight, you're fine, you're on the track, go on.
As you can see, I can't see anything. Ah, there we are. There's a bit of road.
This is a real problem.
Come Come left. That's it, straight on at that. Come on.
All the trucks must keep in the tracks cut for them. If they don't, they could drive over a buried bomb.
Visibility down to about 20 metres at the moment. The sandstorm has just come in. And trying to stay on the track, it makes for really hard driving. Really hard driving.
In the world's most mined country, it's critical to keep eyes on the truck in front to avoid going off course.
It's horrendous out here. At least it's cooler now. It's not in the low 40s, it's in the upper 30s instead. Right, straight onto that. Stop! Stop! Come left, come left! Right!
That's how much we're off the track, sick.
Straight on at that!
It's mad, that, like. That's how easy it is to get lost in a sandstorm. Must have been about 5 minutes without visibility, and we were about 30 foot, 40 foot over to the right-hand side after 5 minutes.
Stop, stop, stop!
The dust settles for a split second, long enough for Paul to realise they're heading straight for the truck in front.
But a few seconds ago, I just nearly rammed in the back of him at an angle he was facing that way, and I come from that direction and nearly hit the back of him. Literally skinned the back of his tail, like. It's just one of the perfect examples what we have to go through, you know, on a weekly basis. It's quite exciting.
So bored, gotta be another way.
Finally, the road warriors make it to their destination, forward operating base Dwyer.
Bus has arrived now at Dwyer. Time is 7:10. We're getting now offload the grader, load up the SVR, get some scoff, make the beds and get some decent kit for the night.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. The road warriors slept under the stars and through another sandstorm.
Every crevice is packed with dust. I'm chafing in my underpants because I'm full of dust. I shaved this morning with cold water and dust. Brush my teeth with dust.
With the fuel and water delivered, it's now time to head home.
Yeah, looking good so far. Let's hope we don't get any boggins and we get straight back.
Hours back will be a godsend, as this is my last stop before I go on R&R. So the quicker we get back, the quicker it's over with. Start packing and start thinking about going home, seeing my son and my wife.
So far, so good. The road warriors are making excellent progress. Until soft sand brings the convoy to a halt. And a suspicious car has appeared out of nowhere and is heading for the convoy. The chances are this is a dicker, a Taliban spy who pass on the location of the convoy to the enemy. Force protection go and investigate. The two people are ordered out of their vehicle. They're searched, and so is their car. Nothing is found. They're told to stay away from the convoy. Finally, the road warriors are on the move again. But it's not plain sailing for Jay.
That's me foot flat down, mate. Nah, it's dying, mate. It's getting worse.
What gauge, what lights you got up?
The sand has clogged up his air filter.
No, I've never seen anything like that. That was ridiculous. It's still not empty, like, but it'll get us there. Feel how light that is now. It weighed a ton. There's that much dust and crap in it.
He's on, he's ratcheted on. Once again, the recce mech saved the day.
Jay gets on his way.
Jay using his flying machine.
But the recoveries aren't over yet for the recovery mechanics or the Hets.
Hey, stay in his wheels, mate. There they go. Let's go.
Everywhere, trucks are getting bogged in.
Forward slightly. Keep going. Give it some. Come on. Drive. Come on, let's drive. Let's give it some. Come on.
Guys are out on the ground, running around, doing recovery tasks. It's reaching temperatures about 50, 60 degrees. Added on top of that, the Taliban, the threat of actually getting killed.
Don't fuck about me, do we? Nah, A-team.
Dream team. I'm definitely Maverick, though.
Oh, no, wait, mate.
I'm
Just
Maverick.
Ice. I've got to be Maverick.
You can be Iceman.
Well, I'll be Iceman then. I'm better than you.
Fuck off.
"36 hours after leaving Camp Bastion, the road warriors finally make it home.
All in all, it was a good op. I'm especially proud of our lads who grafted the squadron and the company and whoever else has achieved their aim. It's a big pat on the back for everyone.
As long as everyone got back safely, you know, I'm happy with that, and everyone else will be happy with that. It was a big achievement for everyone. Another job done.
Captain Thompson was under there digging. Don't just stand around, get digging. It was good op, very good op. Now I can look forward to my R&R, see my son Owen and my wife Lorna.
Ash can now leave to spend 2 weeks with his family in England. He hasn't seen his family for 3 agonizing months. His son Owen has no idea his dad is coming home.
You'll have a great 2 weeks, though, won't you? Amazing. So good to see him. I miss him like that. Just good to have him home.
So, have you missed me?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
That much.
That much? I reckon I'd miss you more.
Well, because you can stretch wider than me.
Oh, right, is that why?
Mm-hmm.
2 months after the road warriors struggled across the punishing Western Desert, they're now preparing for their biggest operation to date. It's a combat logistic patrol specifically for them. They're swapping their 30-year-old war horses for a brand new fleet. And this is music to the ears of Lance Corporal Michael Mick Dundee Harvey.
We're doing this purely for us because the actual main loads are these things, the actual trucks themselves. Take them up to CAF, get these wagons cast, get brand new SV manned vehicles of various degrees, and then bring these down. This is ours. This CLP is for us. Us, baby, us.
Back from his 2-week leave with his family is Staff Sergeant Ash Morby.
My load for this CLP is a Foden wrecker. He's been in service for about 20 odd years, absolutely well past the shelf life date. They've got the new SVR fleet coming in, so we're giving it a hand. It's knackered. We're going to take it down to Kandahar, where we go back to the UK.
Before every combat logistic patrol, the road warriors are briefed on the dangers that lie ahead.
They've been planting large devices within the coverts, which are drainage tunnels under the road, because that's their method of attacking us at the moment, and it's been quite effective.
With this in mind, Mick has some words of wisdom for his top cover, Private Stuart Stu Hutton.
Just to let you know about that last brief that I went on there, it's about the IED threat.
Okay.
We're trafficking through this area, right? There's been a large number of IED incidents. Now, by incidents, I mean IED explosions and IED finds, right? The problem is, once these IEDs have gone off, they've normally been followed through with small arms fire. So you need to be on your guard tonight, severely on your guard.
Yep.
What's your thoughts?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
As night falls, 97 trucks carrying 200 road warriors move out of Camp Bastion.
Most of the CLP is now left, so we're just pulling out. We're the front vehicle of the HETS, Hotel 1, so and we'll make our way to the back gate, make our way out onto the Highway 1, where we'll head east towards Kandahar.
Kandahar is Afghanistan's second largest city. But to get there, they have to travel down one of the most dangerous roads in the world, Highway 1.
Highway 1's pretty much the only road that runs through Afghanistan. It runs west to east. If you go west, it heads up towards Kabul. Go east, down straight into Kandahar.
They'll also have to drive through 2 towns where the buildings are dangerously close to the road.
You can see how close it is to the road. You imagine transiting here through daytime, that you'll just be absolutely mobbed with people around here, which is make it even higher threat for suicide bombers, because they can intermingle with the local populace, and then as we transit through, they'll just jump out and detonate themselves.
And it's not long before there's potential danger. In the distance, a mini flare has caught Mick's attention.
Stu, get eyes left, see what they're firing at.
Just 2 times vehicle.
So what?
2 times vehicle.
Yeah, seen. I think they're just toying with us, to be honest. I don't want to toy too much because with that in-brief that we've got there, we're not ready for playing games now. The least amount of time we're out on the road, the better for us, to be honest with you.
This time, it was a false alarm. And it's not just other vehicles that are a serious threat. Highway 1 is the ideal place to plant invisible roadside bombs, otherwise known as the improvised explosive device.
That's one of our major threats, is the IEDs within the coverts. As you were saying, this past week, pretty much every day there's been an IED, either a find or an explosion. To put that much explosives in it, it pretty much destroys the vehicle and anyone that's in it.
It's 14 hours since the road warriors left Camp Bastion, and they've hit their first major problem.
Just been stationary for about half hour. Come across part of the road either been destroyed by a previous IED or the road's clapped for whatever reasons.
This means they can't push on until it's deemed safe.
What they'll do, they'll bomb up to them in case there's any secondary devices planted around the entrance of the covert, and then it's just a matter of just looking up there. Anything suspicious in there, they'll probably get a dog down there, explosives dog, send him down there, he'll sniff it, he'll tell you whether it's explosives or not.
Op Barmer is when metal detectors are used to find IEDs. It's a painstakingly slow process, but essential to the safety of the convoy. The explosion is so big, no vehicle can pass it, which means only one thing. The road warriors will have to go off-road.
The Taliban will use it for in their favour, because they'll know we'll have to divert off the road. So if they're going to put IEDs down or anything, that's an ideal place, put it either side of the road, knowing that we've got to break the road and transit across there.
The route is cleared, and the reality of what could happen is too apparent.
So this may get a little bumpy. That trailer carrying a petrol tanker that's blown up. Total burnout. It's the rubber off the tyres that we could smell. You could see explosion holes on there where the fuel's actually gone. Aggressive driving, beware bomb! Make sure the wagon behind you gets up, and obviously he does the same. That's how we keep the CLP together.
Finally, all the trucks make it back onto Highway 1 safely. 120 miles later, the road warriors approach the outskirts of Kandahar city.
It's 3 in the morning, just entering Kandahar now. As we come off Highway 1, you kind of come from an open desert where there's pretty much nothing there. You've got sporadic compounds scattered around. And all of a sudden, as you hit Kandahar, it's like multi-storey buildings. It's a bit bizarre, really.
Bus stop, look, a bus stop sign. You know, electricity, look, they've actually got electricity here. That could be an apartment in Tenerife, that could. Just makes a change. It's something you really want to expect in the middle of Afghanistan. The news never shows this. Nice new building on your right. Crappy old one that looks war-torn to your left. This could fry your head. Everything looks like it's been built here with a ruler and not just a fucking bent arm. Don't like that though. Now that's a big bastard building.
This is sniper territory.
We shouldn't be stopping here. Could be anyone pointing anything at us. They'd be foolish with the amount of firepower that we've got, like, but who knows the mentality of these people?
Eventually, all the old trucks make it to the British camp at Kandahar.
At the end of an epic journey. Bye-bye, old truck.
These veterans of over 30 years' service have survived their final mission.
I didn't think she'd make it up here. No, it just shows the old girls have still got it in them.
We'll grab the guy behind, Scout. Happy days. Right, what you're going to do is you're going to follow that vehicle. Right, mate, you're going to go to the right-hand side, loop round, park up. When you're lined up, everything is going to come off.
Organising this big truck swap is Sergeant Mark Devine.
It's early morning now, sun's coming up. The sooner we get this kit in, the sooner they can get their heads down and have more downtime. Although it is tiring, and everybody wants to go to bed, especially me.
The next day, the old vehicles have gone, replaced with the next generation of bigger and better trucks.
Fucking hell, look at the size here. Bar armour straight. She looks good.
For Mick, it's a match made in heaven.
I feel like a kid in a brand new sweet shop, you know. It's just amazing. Oh, power steering that works. Everything looks so new. Look at that, the screen on the cameras isn't even broken. Aircon on a little bit, aircon on a lot. That is beautiful. I don't want to leave this cab.
As well as a new truck, Mick's got a new co-pilot on top cover.
This is Shane. He's my new co-driver. We had to get rid of Stu Hutton because he was no good.
For now, it's time to get some sleep before the road warriors embark on the return journey. It's nearly midnight, and even before they leave camp, there's news of Taliban activity.
This route is renowned, if you like, for IED threats. There was a couple of strikes earlier on some civilian vehicles, but our guys have been out, our force protection, they've checked it. The battle group force protection have been out, they've cleared the route, so we're safe to go. But that's probably the biggest threat out here, the IEDs on this route anyway, on this particular op.
And 72 vehicles make a big target.
Oh yeah, you've got to be glad about driving this one back up to what we drove down. The sort of safety of the extra army.
Oh, looks like we're moving.
Hopefully it shouldn't be a problem, but we'll see when we get out there.
We've got obviously the bullet-resistant windows here, the armour on the cab. However, the Taliban, they're not thick. They'll maybe try hit us with some fairly large-sized IEDs to see how much explosives they're going to need, and they'll just keep making them bigger. There's nothing out there that is 100% bomb-proof.
We're just entering Kandahar at the moment, so we've just got to be a bit careful. We've built up. Let's keep our eyes out.
In towns like Kandahar, there's always the risk of snipers.
Oh dear.
Up ahead, force protection may have found something.
What's going on? Mark, have we been radioed through why we've stopped?
They're just checking the ground again for IEDs.
In the 4 hours since the route has been cleared, the Taliban may have planted more IEDs.
Yeah, they're doing another bomb, fine. They're just checking the ground again for IEDs. Could be here for a while yet. We'll see.
The road warriors are just outside the town Hausmedad. The convoy is static, and dawn is approaching.
Yeah, there was a couple of strikes earlier on some civilian vehicles.
What's going on?
Looks like we've got a find.
Push on. Found a possible device, mark the culprit. Whiskey 1, roger. The device looks like it's Estonian, and it's a wire going through each end. However, the end going into the ground approximately 10 metres away from the road. Charlie, roger, in that case, nothing underneath the road. Marking the readings I've got, and then we'll push on them. Whiskey 2, roger, the command wire is marked with red silence. It's on the left-hand side of the road, so it's keep over to the right.
The longer it takes to deal with the IED, the greater the chance they'll be travelling through the town during its busiest time. The IED is marked, and the road warriors carefully manoeuvre around the bomb.
All right, Chris, you see to the right-hand side?
Hey?
You see the blue silooms to your right-hand side?
Okay.
Yeah, they've made a track.
They have to press on. There are only inches to play with.
Just take it easy, mate.
All 72 vehicles creep past the bomb. It's a slow process, and the resulting delay has severe consequences. They get going again, but dawn has now broken.
Just going through Hazimedad. It's a known Taliban-supported kind of village. It's quite closed as you go down the road with bazaars on either side. There's a lot of people cutting around because it's taken us so long to get here from Kandahar because of the road conditions with previous IEDs damaging the roads and having to bomb it to get off. It's now 7:25 in the morning.
Perfect example why we travel at night. I mean, if you can imagine this truck here filled with homemade explosives, that'd take half the CLP out. It's not worth thinking about. It's mental. You're constantly driving past wrecked, burnt-out cars. That gets to you mentally. You know, are you going to be the next scrapped wagon at the side of a road?
They are now in the heart of a traditional Afghanistan town.
Going through a bottle of Fanta. They've never seen these vehicles. Look at their faces. The majority of people over here mean us no harm, but this is pretty much rubbing their nose in it. They don't really want us to be transiting through because obviously Terry Taliban might have something to say about that.
Unbeknown to Mick, up ahead a civilian truck has lost its load and brought the convoy to a halt.
I don't like these boys that close to us.
Force Protection are happy that the truck isn't a threat to the road warriors, so they push on to Camp Bastion. After a 240-mile round trip, the road warriors finally return home in their brand new fleet of trucks.
Oh, it is good to be back.
It wasn't exactly too pleasant, but nice and clean, easy run. Be home soon. Real soon.
Looking forward to finishing my tour, hopefully returning back to the wife and kids with all limbs intact so I can at least play with them.
The new SV fleet have a major effect on the rest of the tour. They've actually got a decent vehicle now, it's got better armour on it, better protection, so it's a lot better for them. I think all around it's better for everybody.
During their 6-month tour of Afghanistan, the road warriors have delivered millions of tons of supplies and completed hundreds of combat logistic patrols. But it hasn't been without danger.
We've got one in the canal.
2 trucks got lost in the notoriously dangerous Nadi Alley.
Okay, right guys, get your body armour and helmets on, all right? Get your weapons attached to yourselves.
They've avoided countless suicide bombers.
We have a suicide bomber.
Is it got a firefight in there? Open the door!
The suicide bomber's dream, this.
And survived IED strikes.
What was that? Can you hear me?
That sounded like an IED, that.
Mate, I've lost comms.
And that's what worries me about this godforsaken country. Just step out your truck and up you go.
Scary, innit?
It's been a long and grueling tour of duty. The road warriors have clocked up thousands of miles. Finally, they're on their way home.
Today's the huge hug day.
We're all very excited and I can't stop smiling.
I've waited for this minute for a long time now. I just want to put my arms around him.
I feel emotional, like I want to cry because he's coming home.
And for one family, there's been twice as much to worry about.
I come to pick up my son Carl and his fiancée Lisa. Really excited, just can't wait to, you know, have that big hug and, yeah, just think, yeah, we're here.
She's the only real family I got, really, because I've got no parents, nothing, so she's always been there for me, which makes her more special, really. Really proud of her.
With their loved ones so far away, it's not been easy for those left at home.
The army wives and girlfriends have been a really great support, because with your civilian friends, even though they can kind of understand it, it's not the same as when they're out there. You just miss absolutely everything about that person. They're a big part of your life, aren't they?
For Mum Marie, it's been a true struggle to be so far away from her daughter Sammy.
I've missed her smiles, I've missed her being there, I've missed everything about her. Just can't wait to get hold of her.
Sometimes you're fine and you're quite relaxed about it, but other times your imagination goes into orbit. You always dread the knock on the door. So I always make sure you get up and you put your makeup on and your hair done, because I wouldn't want to let Jack down.
For the family and friends of these serving soldiers, the anguish of them being away is almost over.
I think he's due back in about half an hour. So very excited. I can't wait to see him. It's been a long time.
It's my birthday today. So it's a brilliant present for me, for him to come home on my birthday.
His first words to me when he phoned me was, "I've got my boys back, Mum. I've got them back safe and sound." So I'm very, very proud, incredibly proud.
For 22-year-old Nathan, his first tour of Afghanistan is over.
I'm going to see my mum now. I haven't phoned her for a while, so they'll do some making up, I think.
Feeling nervous, but...
Relief?
Yeah, relief, yeah. Glad to see you. I missed him.
The wait is also over for Laura, who's finally got her fiancé back.
I'm the happiest person in the world.
And the excitement at seeing their loved ones is just too hard to contain. Especially for Mum Marie.
Glad to be back. Very, very glad to be back.
And Louise's moment has also arrived.
See you again. It's fantastic. I don't think you can really put it into words. I'm a bit speechless, actually.
And the long wait is over for Ginny, who's got her son back.
Here's the boy. Hi there.
Good to see you.
Oh.
It's been a tough tour for Lisa and Carl.
I'm over the moon, to be honest. It's really good.
And having not seen their families for months, it's an emotional reunion. Especially for Carl's dad, Gavin. And finally, Tony gets the best birthday present ever. Her fiancé, Jay, is home.
Excited. I really do miss her. You know, I try and hide it out there and that, but when they're back here now, it's a bit different, isn't it? It's just anticipation and excitement about her coming.
Just happy to see him. Really happy to see him.